that.
Yeah, of course.
So that would work. So I would probably venture to say that I don't see any reason why if we give us what's on your phone, the video, that I guess whatever they want.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
so
I know.
Independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no ill intent, and like I said, I'm just filming what I can see from public.
That.
That's all.
And I understand, you know, we have the cool Space Force sign and everybody.
Space Force. Yeah, pretty cool.
Unfortunately,
And asked, what is this place? What do you guys do?
Yep.
She said that this was weird what we were doing. We said okay. She said have a nice night.
Okay.
And we said okay.
I guess they called
he
you.
came out storming.
Yeah, because it's private property.
Imagine fighting for your rights, only to have your equipment seized, your freedom taken, and justice delayed. In today's story, we follow a determined citizen who refuses to be silenced after an unlawful arrest at City Hall, facing stonewalling from internal affairs and endless excuses. His pursuit of accountability becomes a battle not just for himself, but for every American who values transparency.
Library, completely uncalled for, unlawful arrest, unlawful seizure of property. How you doing today?
Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing well. I would like to speak with somebody from Internal Affairs. I have an Internal Affairs complaint.
Your name, please?
My name is Sean.
Hang on, Shawnee.
No problem.
Sean, there's nobody up there right now. Would you like to make an appointment? I can put you into a voicemail.
No, I need to speak to somebody to make a complaint against a police officer. This is Danbury Police Department, and there should be somebody here who can take a complaint. My rights were violated by the Danbury Police, and there has to be somebody here who can take a complaint.
Well, let me have some ID, then I'll try to get somebody for you.
What do you? Like I said, you guys know who I am. I'm here just to file a complaint,
I
sir.
have no idea who you are.
No, your department knows who I am. I have a complaint. I written out a statement already. I need to talk with a supervisor, a captain, a lieutenant, anybody of that nature.
Well, tell me your name at least.
Yeah, I told you my name is Sean. Sean Reyes. Reyes.
Okay.
Sean Reyes. Very convenient how there's no one in this 3-story building from Internal Affairs available to speak with me to make an appointment. I'm filing a complaint against the police officer who violated my rights, and no one wants to speak to me. Great, thank you. Filing a complaint against an officer who didn't even identify himself to me, just put me in cuffs, and wait till you guys see the video. It is going to boil your blood just like it boils mine. The wicked flee when no man pursueth, but the righteous are bold as lion. We, the true patriots of this country, will be bold as lions. Hey, how you doing?
I'm the shift commander today. What's up?
You're a shift commander?
Yeah.
Sergeant,
Castro.
Yeah, is there somebody like above you, like a lieutenant? It's just that I never really get any, no offense, I just never really get anywhere when I speak to sergeants, to be honest with you.
No, there's no lieutenant here today. There's
You
only
have,
sergeants
and you
here
have
today.
and you have nobody from Internal Affairs here?
Well, we have people administratively on the 3rd floor, which are lieutenants and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
as far as patrol, it's
I have a serious complaint that I want to make, and I think that it should be heard by an Internal Affairs investigator.
Well, let me see if he's here. I know he was here earlier. I don't know
Okay.
if he's here now.
Because, I just,
Okay.
it's not like I'm coming here 8 o'clock at night or in the middle of the day. I'm just trying to make it, it's a serious complaint. It's a serious complaint.
I'll see if our lieutenant is here.
Yeah, anybody from Internal Affairs.
Well,
Just somebody.
we got a sergeant and a lieutenant. I don't know if they're either here. I know I saw the lieutenant today. I'm not sure if the sergeant's here. I didn't see him.
Okay.
Let me see if he's here.
Or you have a professional standards as well, right?
We do. I'll see if they're here.
Somebody has to be
I haven't seen
here.
them today. I've been down in the office doing administrative stuff. I haven't seen them. I'll see if they're here. And if they're willing, or if they're available to come down, I'll let you know. If not, you may have to make an appointment. I'll give you their names, and you can come back and make an appointment with them.
All right, so see what you can do for me, please. Because like I said, this is very serious,
Let me make
Sergeant.
some phone calls.
Very serious.
Okay.
apparently there's no one here or not available, which is convenient, that will take a internal affairs complaint. They also have a Office of Professional Standards here. I've come to know Danbury Police Department very well, so they really can't lie to me or try and give me the runaround, but that's what they're gonna do. If one of their officers did something as egregious as what they did to me, like I said, if you want the details, I'm not gonna go into it on this video, but if you want the details, I'm gonna put the link in the description for my live where I go into detail on exactly what happened yesterday. Grab some popcorn, it's a good one. And grab a stress ball, because you're gonna be stressed out after you hear this one. Egregious. I don't know how I attract the biggest tyrants in the state, or in the country for that matter, but that seems to be the case all the time. The biggest tyrants. Training classroom empty. They need to get some constitutional rights training, First Amendment training here.
There's nobody available here right now. There's nobody in the building above me. I called him on the cell phone. What he told me to do is, if you want to fill one of these out, you've done this before. Fill one of these out. If you want, I'll take it. I'll forward it to him, and then
Who's him?
The IA lieutenant.
Mulvaney?
He's the captain.
Okay.
There's an IA lieutenant under him, which is Sturdivant.
Okay.
Lieutenant Sturdivant. If you want to fill this out, I'll take it from you. I'll sign for it. I'll forward it to him. You can make an appointment. We'll be here next week sometime. If you want to come back, and he'll say he'll come down to me.
Well, just so I wanted to just make you, since you're the only person I can actually talk to here, apparently, yesterday I was arrested at City Hall in Danbury. I believe you came to the first City Hall I went to when I first, yes. Yeah. So I went to City Hall again. Because remember, I didn't go upstairs or anything in that one. So I wanted to check out the whole City Hall, as I'm allowed to. So I went in there, security guard became very aggressive. They called the police. First of all, he assaulted me earlier in that day, and I went to press charges on him, and they said, we'll take a statement from you, take a statement from him. They downloaded my video and supposedly sent it over to the state's attorney. So, he should have been arrested then and there, but this would have never happened, because then I went back, because I still didn't go upstairs. He wouldn't let me because he was assaulting me. I went upstairs, and as I went upstairs, he's following me, which is fine. Then I went into the town clerk to get FOIA request forms to film. Starts freaking out on me, telling me I can't film in the town clerk's office, which is publicly accessible. I'm conducting business, and I'm gathering content for my story. I'm an independent journalist, as I told you last time. And basically, the corporate counsel came, egged him on. They called police, Danbury police. The problem is that I don't know the officers who responded, which is a big deal for me, because I need their names, and doesn't seem, so if you can get me that public information, that would be great, because I wrote the whole statement out, but I left blanks where their names are because they didn't identify themselves to me. And they seized my phone, so I don't have the video, right? I offered for them to take it off like they did for the other guy's charge, take it out of my phone. No, they just seized it from me completely. So at this point, I was talking to one of the officers. He said, you have the right to film in here. Everything's okay. No big deal. Everything's going to be all right. Being respectful, just like I was last time, not yelling, not screaming. And this other officer came over. Like I said, don't know his name, which is this is scary that this happened to me, and I don't even know who did it, and I don't have evidence to show that they did it, After I'm talking to this one guy, we're having a good conversation. The other officer goes and talks to the corporate counsel and security guard. He comes back to me, comes straight up to my camera. First thing he says to me is, are you recording? I said, yes, I am. Of course I am. He grabs my phone, turns it off, puts it in my pocket, puts my hands behind my back, and places me under arrest. As he's walking me out, I said, what am I under arrest for? He said, trespassing. I was dumbfounded. So imagine me being let out in cuffs when a man who physically assaulted me on camera is walking right beside me free as day, and I'm being trespassed I'm being charged with trespassing, and then later on I come to find out they charged me with breach of the peace. Breach of the peace, I've looked at the statute. There is nothing in the statute that I've done, and you guys have, you guys have body cameras, just like I record. Like I said, this was a grave injustice that happened yesterday. I was sitting in your lockup downstairs for 6 hours. I was given, you're the shift commander, so you're giving people bail today, right?
Well, no,
Right? That's one of your jobs, right?
That is my job.
No, but right now, that's your job, right? You would give them bail, right? On a trespassing and a breach of the peace, I got a $10,000 bond.
Okay.
This is retaliation for what happened at Danbury Library. Completely uncalled for, unlawful arrest, unlawful seizure of property, and this is why I'm here today.
Okay.
And this is why I need you guys to really look into this, because I'm not going to let this go.
Like I said, do you want to fill this out again, or?
Yeah, no, I got the statement that I'm gonna attach. I'm gonna fill out this upper part.
I guess you did it last time. So do the
Yep.
same thing. I'll take it. I'll sign for it. I'll forward it to the guy.
And I'll get a copy of it that it's signed.
I don't think you get a copy of this.
I'm gonna need a copy that it's signed, that you
But
received
this is
it.
a document. I don't think you get a copy of this because this. I don't know if this is an official.
I got one last time, Sergeant.
From who?
When I did it last time, I forgot the sergeant's name, but it's a public record document. It's not a big deal. It's just so I have something that says
I'll give you a copy.
Sergeant
Castrovic.
Castrovic.
And so yeah, just fill it out. I'll get a copy of it. I'll give it to you. And then
Okay,
you
great.
make an appointment for the IA lieutenant next week when he's here.
Okay, can you give me? Do you have a card?
I'll give you a card with his name on it.
Great.
I'll be right back.
Also, can you give me a pen, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
That's all. That's what you want, right there.
Yep. Thanks, Sarge. And
You need a pen.
I'm gonna fill it out. And then
Okay.
the one other thing, are these the names?
Yeah.
Thank you, Sergeant. Yep. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then just let him know when you're done. I'll sign it.
The arresting officer was Contreras?
That guy.
Pharrell?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let him know when you're done. I'll come out. I'll sign it in front of you.
Yep.
I'll make a copy and give it to you. And then.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Okay.
Thank you. All right, guys, so we're going to fill this top section out and attach it to my already written statement and give it to the sergeant. Can you call the sergeant?
I'm sorry.
Can you call the sergeant? I finished with the...
Actually, he's in orders, but I'll take it from him. No problem at all. I'll make sure he gets it, I promise.
No, I need him to sign it and give me a copy.
Okay.
Okay? Hey, Sarge, let me ask you a quick question. Can you get your pen back? As far as my phone being seized as evidence, who can get that back to me and just take the video off my phone? Who has the authority to do that? Because it doesn't need to be seized if I'm willing to give you the video. I'm willing. You guys have a machine downstairs, I know, that can extract videos from phones.
Right.
And I'm willing to allow you guys to do that. Right now, you guys can't get it. It's password protected, you know what I mean? Yeah. You need a warrant and all those other things, but I'm willing to give you the video. I have nothing to hide. I just, it just makes it very inconvenient for me not to have my phone, you know what I mean? And then my court date's not till August 19th, so that's a long way away to not have your phone, you know what I mean?
Well, I'll tell you right now, it probably won't happen today.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, who do you think I should, what would be the best way to do that? Because I'm sure I remember the public library, the chief put out a statement, so he knows who I am, he knows what's going on, but, hopefully, obviously, I know the chief's a busy man.
If you call up here Monday,
okay,
we should be able to get the phone back to you.
Yeah, like I said, I'm cool with you guys taking the video out.
Obviously you're gonna probably have to be here to do that.
Yeah, of course. Mm-hmm.
So that would work. So, I would probably venture to say that I don't see any reason why if we give us what's on your phone, the video that I guess whatever they want.
Yeah,
I wasn't there.
Yeah,
so
I know. Good thing.
I don't have a problem. I don't see there's a reason why you shouldn't be able to get it back.
I have faith in you, Sergeant. I have faith that if this would happen to me while you were there, you would have told them to release me. But I got faith in you. You were real good last time.
This is, let's just explain this real quick.
Yeah.
See, that's me that's accepting this. That's going to be the case number that I pulled for this today.
Okay.
So, and I wrote that, I could put it on the other card if you want, but.
Okay.
So that's
fine.
Everything from this point forward will
be under that case
which
number.
is under this case number.
Okay.
So you go make a copy. I'll give
Thank
it to
you.
you.
Appreciate
and
it,
then, like I
Sarge.
said, if I were you, I don't know.
Give a
how you
call,
want- no, I don't want to. You're coming back.
No, I'm coming back. Yeah.
No. I mean, you're coming back and forth from Long Island.
Yeah, no, but I'll be back. Something like this happens,
Okay.
I basically start living out
There's
here.
a couple ways you can go about this. You could either call up here and see if the IA is here before you make your trip, and then come up here, and then you can either talk to him or make an appointment wherever that works.
Okay.
Or
But IA is not in charge of like not in charge of
well, he's
this,
going to be in charge of this.
that. But what I'm saying, I'm trying to figure out.
I have to make
About the phone. That's the most
Monday,
important.
What we'll probably do is I don't know if I'm going to be here Monday or not. I don't know if I'm off or not. But on Monday you could probably call. We could probably, since it was seized as a result of an arrest, whether that arrest was valid or not.
Yeah, I know.
We're probably going to have to call the state's attorney to see if we can release it. And if we tell them that you're willing to give us whatever video, I guess we're seeking of this.
Yes.
Then they'll probably just say download the video and give him back his phone.
Okay.
And that'll be.
Yeah, it's a long time to be without my phone.
Oh, it is, yeah.
That's a long time.
I know there's.
Yeah, it's like getting kicked when you're down, you know.
Right. So anyway, as far as the IA thing goes, like I said, since you're coming back and forth from such a long way, if you want that card I gave you, the card I gave you,
Yeah.
call up here. His telephone extension is his court number, which is 504.
Okay.
So if you call up here, you punch in 504 and leave a message about making an appointment
with him.
Hopefully he'll call you back, and this way it's easier for you to set up instead of driving back and forth.
Gotcha.
And stuff like. Then when you come up here, hopefully your appointment will be sometime next week. When you come back and forth up here, then you can get your phone cleared up.
Yeah.
You can do that.
No, I'll be back here Monday for sure.
Yeah, like I said, instead of coming back and forth, like I said, you do what you want.
No.
Just make it easier for you. You can make
Appreciate
sure he's
it.
here when come on Monday and stuff like that. So,
Appreciate it, Sarge.
let me make a copy of
All
this.
right.
I'll give it to you, and then you're all set.
All right, thanks,
All
Sarge.
right, man. Thank you. All right, that's yours.
Thanks.
Everything's on there. My name. From this point forward, obviously, you're going to be dealing with the IA.
Yeah,
guys.
IA
So
guys. I
your
know.
number's on there, and like I said, if I were you, I before you go back and forth, you just make
Make a call,
yeah,
make an appointment.
Make it easier for you.
Yeah.
Make a call. Make sure he's here to come up, and then maybe if you come up Monday, you can get everything done at once. So.
Gotcha. Thanks,
All right,
Sarge.
all right, man.
You have a good one.
Thanks.
This case reminds us that justice isn't always handed to us. It's something we must demand with courage, patience, and relentless action. When public officials hide from accountability, it's even more critical for citizens to stay persistent, create a paper trail, and fight for their constitutional rights. Because the price of silence is the slow death of freedom. What happens when you peacefully exercise your rights outside a USSPACE force base, and security forces try to intimidate you with rules they barely understand? In today's story, one man stands firm as military investigators, and officers attempt to bluff him off public property. Stick around, because this encounter shows just how powerful knowing your rights can be against even the most intimidating uniforms.
Let's see how they do here. Military personnel coming out now.
How you doing, sir?
Good, how are you?
What's got going on today?
Nothing much, just taking some pictures and videos of the base here.
Gotcha. I'm Staff Sergeant Drive with the 45th Security Forces Squadron. I just came to check up on you, see how it's going. That's it.
Okay.
Do you have any identification on you that I can check?
No, I'm not gonna provide you with any ID.
That's fine. Just let you know, if you cross that white line, if you have no identification to allow you access onto the installation, then we're gonna have to get you under trespassing. Okay. Just
I
wanna
got
let
you.
know that.
All right,
You
so
can
that white line right over there.
That white line right there. Whatever you want to do right here.
But all this is public property, correct?
That's fine.
Okay, great.
Just be mindful of the road, traffic.
Sure,
I'm a
big boy. I'll take
I
care of
got you.
myself.
All
I
right.
got you. Thank
have
you.
a
You
good
said
day.
your name was
Sergeant Andrade.
Andrade.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank
too,
you.
sir. Have a good day.
You
okay?
have a great day as well. Sergeant Andrade with Security Forces has come out and spoke with us Of course, he's gonna ask for ID, but we're not gonna give it here. So, you know, overall, not a bad experience. Like I say in most of my videos, coming out here and talking to me and having a civil conversation with me, I'm not going to fault you for that. You know, this is a military installation, and they have a right to be concerned, but I have a right to stay here and film for as long as I'd like. Also have the right not to give up my personal identification. So, yeah. That white line right there in front of us is right over here is where you formally enter the U.S. Space Force base and their property. So we will not be passing this white line at all. Don't want to give them jurisdiction over me, which as of right now they do not have. U.S. Space Force, Patrick Space Force Base. Security forces have no jurisdiction outside of that base. The worst thing they can do would be to call local law enforcement and which would be Brevard County sheriffs, and they do not have any jurisdiction over me, as I am not breaking any laws. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm Investigator Erickson with Security Forces.
Investigator Erickson?
Yes, sir.
And your name, ma'am?
Investigator Beagle.
Exactly. Beagle?
Beagle.
Beagle?
Yes.
Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. We're just wondering why you're recording a military installation.
Yeah, no.
Something we can help you with?
No, you don't. I don't need help with anything. I'm just taking some public photography of the base. That's all.
Okay. So in order to do that, you have to go through the installation actually and go through public affairs and coordinate it with them.
Yeah.
Since they're the ones that do all the photography. You can't
But
actually.
I don't want to go on the base and photograph.
No, I understand that, but any base property, you can't actually photograph or record the base property.
Yeah.
Without going through that.
But I'm not on the base right now.
But it's the property that you're recording.
Yeah.
Even if you're not on it, you just can't record like the procedures.
Yeah.
Because
No.
we were told that you were recording what the gate is doing.
Yeah, I'm recording the gate, everything around the gate. That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, I'm from my understanding, investigator, is that I'm just taking public photos from a public.
Okay. Is that
place.
your job? Do you work for a news company?
Yeah, I'm an independent journalist.
Okay.
Yeah, I have no ill intent, and like I said, I'm just filming what I can see from public.
That.
That's all.
And I understand, we have the cool Space Force sign and everybody
Space Force. Yeah, pretty cool.
Unfortunately, I don't make the rules.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you just can't record the installation entry control.
Yeah. Well, that's I understand that that's what you perceive to be the rules, but I know I'm not breaking any laws by doing this, because if I can see it from public, I can record it from public. So that might be like a Air Force rule or Space Force rule, but
it's a federal government.
A federal government
yes.
rule.
So this is a federal installation.
Yes, I understand that.
So
I get that.
We can't. You're allowed to stand here. You can record that.
Yeah.
But you cannot record that.
Yeah.
In order to do that, you have to get a hold of public affairs. Their number's actually online at the directory for the Space Force base.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think we're gonna agree here.
We're not, and we understand that. We're just telling you cannot do it.
Okay.
And that we would have to. I don't want to, but we would have to call local law enforcement out here to escort you away from the installation if you don't follow the procedures in regards to recording the installation.
Yeah. No. And
that's why we're just coming to you and giving you the chance to just not.
Yeah. No. And I understand exactly why you guys are here, and I can understand that, but I have a right to be here. I have a right to film whatever I can see from public, and that's what I think, regardless of whatever. I don't know what rules you're speaking of, but That's what I know. So, you know, if you need to call local law enforcement or whatever you need to do, you know, that's fine. You can do that. It's within your right to do that.
We just wanted to come to you first and talk
yeah,
to you.
That's great. Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, and can I get your name?
No, I'm not going to give my name.
Okay, that's fine.
All right.
Stand here and watch your phone.
So how long have you been an investigator? Long time? Doesn't look like it could be a long time. All right.
Sure it's hot out today.
I mean, it's Florida, right? It's Florida.
It's actually surprisingly sunny today.
Yeah.
It's been really like disgusting out lately.
Yeah, I know, definitely. I know. We caught a break with the hurricane,
I know.
the tropical storm.
Yeah.
We caught a break.
It was gonna be worse than what it was, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, because it went around Melbourne
Above,
area.
Like, the West Coast.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the West Coast of Florida. I
Yeah, West Coast of Florida. Yeah.
California doesn't get hurricanes.
No, they get earthquakes. That's even worse. I don't want the ground moving for sure.
No, but I mean, a hurricane could flood.
Yeah. True. True. U.S. government plates here on this Ford Fusion. 2 investigators with the Air Force. So according to these 2 investigators here, I am breaking some sort of federal rule, was their word, a federal rule that says that you cannot record a military installation from public. I'm not exactly what rule these investigators are referring to, but they were nice enough, cordial enough, even though they're wrong, you know? Very young to be investigators. Very interesting. Here at the Patrick Space Force Base, Brevard County, Florida. There's an unidentified male in the back. 2 males. They decided to send out the females to speak with me. Wasn't here very long before they sent out investigators to come speak with me. You got military personnel right there talking with them. You can see. All right, guys, so the investigators for the security forces just left. They informed me that if I did not move from this public area, and that it was against their rules, apparently, to film the gate of the Space Force base or any military installation, according to them, They informed me that they were going to call local law enforcement, which would be the Brevard County Sheriffs. So we're going to wait here and see if they actually call them, and if they actually show up, and see if the Brevard County Sheriffs respect our rights to film in public. So we'll see what happens. Stick around here.
Hey, sir.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
Good.
So I already know, like, you're doing your first audit stuff, but you do know to get to U.S. code to take any type of photography of a military installation, entryway, and or sketch of a military.
That would be if it was designated by the President of the United States.
No, it's actually U.S. code. It's 18 U.S. code 795, photography and sketching defense installations.
Yeah.
It's against the U.S. code to take any type of photography of any installation.
Yeah, that's not true. I've taken photography of many installations, and
It says it in the U.S. code. I just want to let you know, but
I understand.
have a good day.
Thanks, you too. Video, Long Island.
Today's encounter proves that intimidation only works if you let it. When facing authority figures who misuse rules to scare you, staying calm, informed, and respectful makes all the difference. Always remember, your rights don't disappear in the face of a badge or a uniform. They stand as strong as you do. What happens when a simple act of public photography sparks suspicion, panic, and a full police response? In today's story, we witness how fear and misunderstanding turn a peaceful First Amendment audit into a tense back and forth between citizens and authorities. Will reason and rights prevail, or will emotions run the show? Stay tuned to find out.
20 William Street, WVA, 1054. They have two Hispanic males outside of the building videotaping through the glass doors.
He did say, if you guys don't have business here, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave, right? He says, if you don't have business here, I'm gonna ask you to leave.
Yeah.
He did say leave now. At least I don't
I don't know, he's just staring at me. Should I move up to him?
Yeah.
Let's see what he wants. He hiding.
He walked away. I saw him walk away. He said he called the police. Oh, look, we got Old Glory. Old Glory. We love you. I'm still waiting for the
I like the nighttime audit vibes. I like it. Look at that beautiful.
He walked away, he came back.
Whatever. That beautiful moon. Look at that full moon. Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Let me get out the way of the light.
I'm gonna zoom in.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Full moon. Beautiful.
She brought a flashlight.
Flashlight.
Here they come.
Really?
Yep.
How you doing today, officer?
Everything okay?
Yeah. Everything's fine. How you doing?
Good.
You mind if I get your name and badge number really quick?
My name is Patrick Dowd,
And your badge number?
DLWD, and my badge number is 150. What's going on with the...
Nothing. I'm just walking and taking pictures. That's all.
Yeah. We were just literally walking around taking pictures.
Okay. What were you doing up by their door?
Taking pictures.
Taking pictures. We saw somebody there. We were going to go in and ask, what is this place? What do you guys do?
Yeah.
She said that this was weird what we were doing. We said, okay. She said, have a nice night.
Okay.
We said, okay.
I guess they called
He
you.
came out storming.
Yeah, because it's private property.
Yeah.
I didn't see any. There's no signs that say private property. This is the only reason why I came out.
I thought this was a government building. So you're here to confirm to me that this is not a government building?
It's a government building. It's a private-owned business.
But I'm talking about the property here.
So up there is a town building. This is WVA, which is an ambulance. That's a private company, not run by the town.
But I understand that. He explained that to me. All I'm asking is this government or private property?
Back here is private property.
Okay.
Up there is public property.
So they bought this building? I'm going to look into it. Don't worry. I'll figure out who owns the building.
Okay.
I'll figure it out. Thanks, Patrick. Appreciate
you guys have your ID with you, boss?
Yeah, no. I'm not going to ID. No. That's like an ID.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not on the property right now, am I? So.
All right. Well, let's go.
I'm not on their property right now.
No, you are.
I'm not.
Back here is their property.
This is a public road, Patrick.
No, this is a private road. William Street is a private road.
Owned by who?
Owned by, from this section is owned by them, and all the way back there is the people that own it back there. If you want to go onto McDonald's property, you're free to go onto McDonald's property.
Well, all I'm saying, let's just be reasonable here. That's a fire hydrant. You got electric poles here.
So if somebody has a fire hydrant on their private property,
because you wouldn't have it by your door or something like that, right?
Well, yeah, you would
be by your home.
Amazon has it. Amazon has it.
It's by the
all the way down their driveway. They have fire hydrants.
Yeah, this is just a public road right here. This is it. They don't own this road. I guess you don't have authority over this road, and neither do they. So I'm going to stay on the road right here on the public easement. Okay. This is where I'm going to stay at. So
sounds good to me.
This is where I'm staying.
Get out of your way.
Thank you. That's all I'm staying. Right here, public. Let me make sure I get it on camera. Public.
I'm already letting you know that this is a private road.
You don't have authority. Even if it is, it's not your private road. So that means you have no authority if it's a private road. He doesn't have authority over the road.
Who's he?
The gentleman inside.
This is his property.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
That's fine. Let's hang out over there. They're trying to bait us into something. That's all.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even better. How you doing today, officer? Good evening, officer.
I'm gonna go check in with them. Yeah. Come on, man. So what were they doing?
Sarah saw him first.
Yep.
They were in, I guess, over by the window by her office.
Yep.
And so they're on the door by the door, and she saw them, and she was like, "Hey guys, what's up?" And they're like, "Sarah, what are you, Sarah?" Something like, and they're like, "Can I help you?" And they're like, "No."
It's right over here.
She's like, "But what are you? This is kind of weird." She's like, "They're like, for you," saying that to her, like, they're like creepy voyeuristic. And then so she came in, I was in the day room, and she's like, "There's like 2 guys." And I'm like, so I went out, she called you guys, and the same thing. I'm like, "Can I help you guys?" And they're like, "No." I'm like, "Well, what are you doing here? Like, medical problem? What's going on?"
Yeah, I'm right here.
So this is private property. This is public property. We can't be here. I'm like, actually, I think it's private property.
Yeah, because it's you guys. It's you guys' ambulance bill. That's what I was trying to explain.
He's like, "Well, it's town. It's Windsor."
We use 158.
I put my contacts in just in case we had to do something here.
They like recorded everybody's cars and everything. And like,
No, they're just trying. So honestly, they're trying to bait us into a lawsuit. Is all. But I was just looking to see what they did.
I was just in the locker room, and I was like about to wash my face, and I was like, I don't have a towel, so I was coming out this way, and I saw down the hallway someone was standing at the door, and our doorbell doesn't always work. So I went and answered the door. I'm like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And they're like, "Hey," and like didn't say anything. And I was like, "Can I help you with something?" And they're like, "No."
His name is Malik.
And I was like, that's kind of weird, like, it's kind of creepy. And they were like, "For you?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "It's creepy for you." And I was like, "Yeah, man, like, this is like the ambulance building, right?" And I was like, and I was like, "This is the ambulance building, right?" And they were like, "Yeah." And I was like, "All right, well, weird." So I came down and told him, I was like, "Dude," and I called Anna right away. It's like, I don't know what the fuck they're doing, but he said he watched them like walk around our cars, like get our plates.
Yeah, they recorded me. I came out here because they started walking out. They came back and came right up to the window and were recording me inside. I was just standing there watching.
Yeah,
I wanted to pull my phone out and record them back, but
wouldn't be.
Yeah, and it's like I said, especially with like the George Floyd anniversary and stuff.
Yeah. No, that's all they're doing. It's just because they. Yeah. So we're gonna try to get. I don't know what the hell.
May I get your name and badge number, please?
Sir, can I get your name and badge number, please?
What do you need it for?
You're here.
You made contact with us. We would like to know who we're speaking with.
You're part of this scenario.
Report 332.
Look, that's how he acted with the body camera on. Remember that. Come on, man. That's not cool. I'm being cool with you.
Yeah, slide over here.
Yeah, we're being cordial. We're not being loud, belligerent, or anything.
I mean, what are you guys doing over here? That's the problem. You're videotaping something inside of there.
I'm just videotaping the building. That's all. That's all I'm doing.
So can I get your name and badge number?
It's Tustin 104.
Sorry?
Tustin 104.
Tustin
104. Thank you very much.
That's all I'm doing.
Charles 77617. I'm of Illinois. We don't really have anything. They just are trying to bait us pretty much. They just came up, started videotaping from outside. They walked up to the building there and started taping from the open windows. They haven't done anything to create an arrest or anything like that.
They went up to the ambulance?
Yeah, and they're saying, and their thing was that they alleged that they thought it was a public building, this, that, and the other. So there's nothing really. They're just
in here. We're taping to the windows,
and then they were like, "What are you guys doing?"
Yeah.
They just said that, "Oh, we're allowed to come here and tape this, that, and the other." So they just went back inside, called us.
Okay.
And
I'm not trying to be rude, but so what am I here for? Did something else happen? Are they like not giving their names?
Oh, they're not giving their names.
Okay. Is that why I'm here?
I don't know why he called you.
Okay.
They just want them to trespass from here. So from the ambulance building.
Yeah, from
because from obviously they can still be where they're at, but they can't now that from wherever their properties.
This encounter teaches us that when fear clouds judgment, even a camera can be seen as a threat, but your rights remain unchanged. Stay respectful, document everything, and remember, understanding the law is your best defense against those who act out of fear instead of reason.